good morning, and welcome to Red River Cart Adventures. My name is Teresa, and on the show today we are very excited to have Shirley, and of course my boy Mason.
Hello.
Which is super exciting, and I just want to let you guys know that you will see a crossover of our hosts in the future, so we are very, very excited to have Shirley on the show. And from Did You Know, so if you're watching Did You Know, it is a fabulous show with Shirley, and so we're happy to have her. But before we say, how are you guys, actually, let's begin with our hello song, which is Tasha Kia. Mason, do you want to stand up?
Yep.
Let's stand up and do a stretch. Boys and girls at home, do a big stretch. I know it's a Tuesday. Some of you guys are back to school and some of you are may not. So let's do this. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Tasha, Tasha Kia, Tasha, Tasha Kia, Tasha, Tasha Kia, Tasha Kia, Nush. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today?
How are you today, Shirley?
I am tired. It was a long weekend, but I am good. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Mason.
Shirley is going to begin the show with, of course, reading our book.
Okay, this is such a cool book. It is called Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. Okay, Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. And usually I'd say who did the illustrations, but she did them as well. So Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. This tree was here when we moved in. Dad says it's a pie tree. Ever heard of a pie tree? And then in little words, this is a cool book. In little extra words, it tells you things to look for. I see a blue jay. I see a blue jay feather with black stripes and a white tip and a green caterpillar with a yellow bend and an orange false eye, but no pie. I've never seen a pie growing on trees. Wouldn't that be crazy?
It would be.
But I see green grass and ladybugs, red-brown bark, a blue-green dragonfly, but no pie. Dad showed me buds on our tree today. He says that's a good sign, but we don't know until summer if we're actually going to get pie. I see yellow leaves with green spots, brown buds, a brown chrysalis, and a gray snow sky, but no pie. Winter is finally over. Sweet, spring is here at last. The buds we saw last fall are turning into blooms. Let's see what they see. I see green leaves, white blossoms, yellow pollen dust, blue eggs in a brown nest, yellow honeybees, black stripes, but no pie. But now, a damp wind is blowing, and all the flower petals are falling down from the rain. I try to say these things quiet, right? Because you're looking for stuff now. I see white petals, dark gray tails, brown branches, and a gray rain sky, but no pie. No pie yet. You know what? I think something's finally growing on that tree of ours. I see orange and lime green balls, yellow moon and stars, a pale green moth, A dark blue sky. What's the line, Mason? But no
pie.
No pie. I like this book. It's made with collage pieces, right? I like it. The birds sure sound excited. I wonder what's going on. Let's see what I see. What do you see? I wonder if any of those things you see are going to be in here. I see a robin's rusty red breast and white speckled throat. I see a gray catbird with black crown and tail and purple violet clouds in a pink and orange sky. But
No pie.
no pie. Uh-oh. Now I see. What do they see? They see brown cherry pits, red wingtips on cedar waxwings, and white things around robin's black eyes. But no pie. It's a cherry feast. Okay, there's no pie yet, but these birds are having a feast on this kid's pie tree. Hey, raccoon, save some pie for us. If that raccoon eats it all, where are the pies going to grow? I see a raccoon's black mask, black toes, black nose and eyes, and the lime green glow of fireflies. I love the way it's described. But no
Pie.
No pie. At last, Dad says it's time for us to pick the cherries. We're going to make the pie. Well, that makes sense now, right? Actual pies don't grow. I see gray wings, a black and orange tail, a yellow beak, a silver gray pail, and a blue fly, but
No pie.
What's really, really cool is she describes all the things you can see. It's like a little I Spy for you. All right, now that we've had all these cherries, first we wash them. Then we squeeze out all the pits. The pits are like a hard seed in the middle. They will hurt your throat if you try to eat them. And we save the juice. That's where cherry juice comes from. Did you know that? We put the cherries in a bowl. We add juice, flour, sugar, cinnamon, and we stir it all with a spoon. And if you look in great detail, it actually says on every spoon how much you need of each thing that they are using to make their pie. Next, we mix the pie crust dough. That's where the pie comes from. They have to make the pie. So we roll out 2 pie crusts. We push one into the pan. You ever made a pie?
No.
Yes.
When?
Not you, but me, yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
sorry. I'm not good at making pies yet, so I usually buy a pie that's already made on the bottom, but I can make the top part. And then we pour in the filling. You see all those cherries? We add the top crust, see that? That is your mouth starting to water. We put the pie in the oven and we wait for it to bake. And on this oven mitt, it tells you exactly how to make it. That's cool. Now, Dad cuts the pie and he puts a piece on each plate. What's going to happen?
Are they going to eat it?
Let's see. That's called predicting text. Okay? You're going to figure out what happens next. It doesn't even say.
What?
It doesn't actually say they eat the pie, but it says that was the best pie they ever had. If we fill in the blanks, does that make sense?
Yep.
Hey, you're predicting text and you're filling in missing pieces. Okay. This kid says, I wonder if the birds would like the pie. What do you think? Would birds like cherry pie?
Maybe, probably.
Maybe. It's got sugar and dough and stuff in it now. Is that the end? Ha 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 ha. The birds are eating the pie. And then what's really cool all along here is the author writes exactly how these pictures were made, what type of paper they were made with, how they were photographed, which cherry orchard she went and looked in. This is a cool book. Pie in the Sky by Lois Ehlert. Cool.
Thanks, Shirley. That was, I agree, such an amazing book. And what I loved about this book is exactly it, the collages. And we've read actually a few of her books in the past on Red River Card Adventures. And in fact, because of the way she illustrates it, we have done different collages, whether it be with paper or fabric. Do you remember doing the ones with fabric?
Yeah.
So today, for craft time, we are actually going to make a paper cherry pie.
Mm.
So how fun is this? You can make this for maybe Cookham or Mom Mare, or for your grandma, or for your foster mom, and you can say, for Thanksgiving, I'm going to bring a pie, and they'll be like, you're going to bring a pie? And you're like, yes, a paper make-believe pie. And how fun would this be for make-believe? Like with the girls playing house with their friends, their little boys, and they can pretend that they're going to serve each other pie. So, Mason, what we need is, what? Can you tell me by looking at this, and you can tell everybody what we need for supplies?
Maybe some red tissue.
Yes, so what we did is we cut up tissue in little squares. And you can buy this tissue at Dollarama or Walmart or Dollar Tree, really cheap. And here I got some orange. And I thought I'd bring orange tissue paper. Can you guess what kind of pie is with orange?
Orange
Pumpkin.
pie.
It could be orange pie, or it could be
Pumpkin.
pumpkin
Ah,
pie.
that's a smarter
Yes.
one. That's a smarter one.
What else do you think we need for supplies, Mason?
Paper bag.
I thought if you don't have brown construction paper, nowadays with recycling at stores, they usually pack with brown paper bags, or you might just have a lunch bag because everybody is going back to school. I thought this would be a good thing to have on hand. And of course you need a plate, and it could be a small plate for your piece of pie or a large plate. You will need glue and scissors, and in fact what we did here too is we got white tissue paper to make it look like there is, what's on top?
Whipped cream.
That's right, whipped cream, and you can actually use cotton
Ice
balls.
cream.
Or ice cream, right? So Mason, let's do this craft and show everybody how easy it is to put together. So here are your red pieces.
I'm making
First thing you want to do
small one.
is you want to put all your glue on the bottom of the plate. Okay, lots of glue. And Mason's going to put these on the plate.
Huh? It's like your pie filling, Mason.
Yep, you're filling your pie.
Some
And it-
pies have cherries. Your pie has glue.
Yes. And if you have a small little paintbrush for your preschoolers, you can put the glue on and get them to brush it on so it's nice and even. But I see Mason's gonna try and put lots on, and so he has it like this, and he's squeezing tight,
There we go.
and he's gonna put the tissue on
I have
all over
lots-
so we can fill it so it looks like there's that cherry pie.
Lots of experience. I have lots of experience with tissue from past grades.
Yeah? What kind of things have you made with tissue? you remember?
A tree.
Ooh.
That's really all I remember.
Well, and tissue's a great for your craft bins because you can make so many cool things with tissue. Hey, Shirley, have you made stuff with your students in the past?
I remember one year we had to take a pencil and we put it in the middle of our tissue paper so that the tissue paper fluffed up.
Yep.
And then we made a wreath for Remembrance Day with it.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing, and it looked like poppies all over.
That's a good one. I love that one. I've used tissues to make flowers, big rolls of flowers, big, to decorate. And then I've made tissue with pom-poms to hang from the ceiling, and maybe in the future I'll show that. So while Mason is putting the pie together, I'm going to cut strips. So it looks like, so when you're putting a pie together, if you're baking, you would cut strips to make it look pretty.
Yeah, you can. You could do anything. You could cut strips. You could do fancy designs in the top.
That's right. If you have fancier scissors than what I have, you can make that pretty design. You can do whatever design you want to do. Most pies have it like this. They have the strips going one way, and then they have the strips going the other way.
Ooh, this is how they did their pie.
Oh, see, and that, to me, that's a boring way to put the pie, because then you just kind of flip the dough over, cut some slits for steam for what's baking inside. But I like dressing
That's
up
the
pie.
kind you like, eh?
How about you? Do you?
You know what
do you do
I
this?
like? No. When my mom used to make pie when I was a kid, she'd fold the pie crust into 4 pieces and then cut in the middle so that when you unfolded it like a snowflake,
Yep.
there was pretty designs that went the whole way through.
Oh, nice. See, I think it's always fun to decorate your pies. It's not just all about decorating a cake. It's always fun to decorate pies, and you can have cookie cutters to cut. Let's say you're making an apple pie, and you have a cookie cutter that's an apple. You could put that on there. There's so many things you can do. So, Mason, where are you at? Oh, he's been busy. So look at his filling.
So much cherries.
So many cherries. And now, Mason, so I cut the strips for you. I didn't measure, I just cut. Now you're going to glue these down, and I would do 3 going this way. So he's going to glue them this way, and then he's going to turn it, and then he's going to put them this way, so it looks like the pie.
I know what that looks like. Hashtag.
Exactly. Hashtag cherry pie.
Put it down. Put it down.
Oh, sorry.
And you know, all this kind of stuff, Teresa, that you guys are doing, this is called fine motor skills. Being able to, you know, manipulate little tiny pieces
Works.
of things and make them go where they're supposed to go. And that's actually a skill kids need, because that's how they end up being able to tie shoelaces or write with pens and pencils.
I agree. So this is a great activity for preschoolers and maybe those families at home that are trying to homeschool. What a great book to read for English studies, and then arts and crafts. All these little things that we do on the show is so much fun for that age group. And I think for older kids and
For sure.
families to sing, right?
And it's really natural, right? You would pick up a book and read it at home anyways.
Yes. So, while Mason and I finish this up, do you want to talk, or I was going to get Shirley to talk about a little bit of the choke cherries.
Sure.
Just because of our time.
Okay. So, these are cherries, but we don't have cherries in, well, we don't have cherries in Winnipeg. We don't have cherries in Manitoba. Probably cherries grow further south in southern Ontario. But what we do have in Manitoba is something called a choke cherry. Now, it's really cool. I was actually on the internet this weekend, and I belong to a group called Métis Pride, and they had all these questions about choke cherries. And did your granny ever used to fry the choke cherries and grind the pits and grind the leaves and then fry it all up? So that's a really cool thing. Choke cherries, funny enough, are part of the rose family. Like, even because of the buds that they make. The rose family of fruit are things like apples and pears, apricots, all those fruit that grow, that come from beautiful blossoms. My street has a whole cherry, it has all cherry things down the whole street. So in the spring, my whole street is full of blossoms like this. That's really cool. So choke cherries grow in like those beautiful white blossoms all over the tree. They start blooming in around August, September in the fall, and they're done, they're ready, they're nice and ripe when they're dark, dark, dark. Almost like dark purple, dark black. When you take them off the tree, they kind of taste like, sweet, but they've got a bit of a strange texture. They grow all over North America. They're often found close to rivers and lakes. And a really cool thing, right? Métis people like choke cherries. They like to fry them up. In the old days, in buffalo hunting days, they would grind those choke cherries up and they'd stick it in their pemmican and made their pemmican a little more sweet. So choke cherries, we don't have, this could be a choke cherry tree if it was going to be all Métis in Manitoba. But it's, you know, pie in the sky because other people have cherry trees.
Mason, do you want to show them your pie?
Yes, I do. Boom. Some amazing cuisine Gordon Ramsay made cherry pie right there.
So we're actually going to go back and sing a song. And actually, Shirley is going to help us with this song. I am terrible at presenting songs, so I always get that person that's a special guest to help us. Hey, Mason? Yeah, I wish I was a better singer, but that's okay because I'm having a good time. So
Yes.
what is the first song, Shirley?
So this song I actually learned with like 2- and 3-year-olds when I used to work in a daycare. And it's called Oh My My, I Want a Piece of Pie. Okay?
Okay.
So let's start. 1, 2, 3. Oh my my, I want a piece of pie. Pie's too sweet. I want a piece of meat. Meat's too red. I want a piece of bread. Bread's too brown. I gotta go to town. Town's too far. I gotta catch a car. Car's too slow. I fell and stubbed my toe.
Are you okay?
My toes got a pain, so I gotta catch a train. Train had a wreck. I almost broke my neck. Oh my my, no more pie. That one's really cute. You can, for the longest time, the only lyrics I ever remembered was, oh my my, I want a piece of pie. And I would just walk around the house singing, oh my my, I want a piece of pie. That's a good one.
That one's a fun song, except it's too bad that you don't get a piece of pie in the end.
'Cause you broke your neck.
Yeah, and stubbed your toe, really. And you have no car. So the next song we're going to sing is Kukum Kukum, and we've sang this song before, and it's to the tune of Baba Black Sheep.
Oh, I like that.
I think you'll enjoy this one. I'm sure you've sang it before. Are you ready, Mason?
Yep.
Okay, you lead us. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Kukum, kukum, have you any bannock?
Yes, my boy, 3 bannocks baked. Some for Mama Mare, some for Moosham. Sorry, I messed it up. Yeah, sorry, I read it wrong. Some for the little Métis over there. Kukum, kukum, have you any bannock? Yes, my girl, 3 bannocks baked. Awesome.
I like that.
I love that one too. It's just so. So we would do a activity now, but Shirley and I were pretty busy this weekend. You were packing up your house.
Oh, I had to pack up my house and clean up my garden. It was such a long weekend.
And we went up to the lake, and of course, when we go up to the lake, I actually saw people going into the bushes too. Find choke cherries. So actually there was a lot of people and there's lots of choke cherries. up by Grand Beach there in Bel Air and Victoria Beach, where you can go and pick choke
Very
cherries.
cool.
But we didn't get a chance, which means we weren't able to make a choke cherry pie. But on the show, we actually put the ingredients for the choke cherry pie. And what you would do is you would go over the ingredients with your kids, and there's not many ingredients. And whoever wins this book, like really you need the choke cherry juice, you need the ingredients for the pie, mix it up,
There we go.
and don't forget to cool your pie before you eat it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know myself and my kids, we tend to, as soon as it comes out of the oven, everybody wants a piece of pie. So I suggest go out there, make that cherry pie with your kids or with your family, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So before we end the show, I'm going to go over the Michif words of the day. Can anyone guess what you think the word might be?
Maybe pie.
Pie, that's right.
Smart kid.
So
You should have a show.
let's
Oh,
see.
wait, I do.
Let's see what Norman says how to say pie in Michif.
La tarte.
tarte. It's pretty-
Oh, just like in English, you could say a tart as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's try it one more time.
La tarte.
So that one is for pie. And I think the next word should be bake. Because how fun is it to bake, especially with Thanksgiving coming up and everybody's probably harvesting their apples and strawberries and cherries and tomatoes and they're probably baking up something very delicious. So the next word is bake. And let's listen to Norman.
Quiche-cha.
Try that again.
Quiche-cha.
And that is to bake. And we can't forget about choke cherries. And yes, choke cherries is in the Michif dictionary, the app that I'm using. And it's a little bit long, but let's listen and see if we can say it, okay?
Tequahiminana.
Let's try that again because I didn't catch it.
Tequahiminana.
I'm
Tequahaminana.
Yeah, let's try it.
Tequahaminana.
Very good, Shirley. I'm glad that you're on the show helping me with that one. So, thank you guys for watching, and we cannot forget about our book winner. Shirley, why don't you announce who the book winner is?
Tamia Nelson, who is 12 years old. You get the pie in the sky. Dun, 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 dun. Congratulations, Tamia.
Yes, congratulations. And of course, make sure you tune into Meet Up with Mason. And Mason, who's your special guest this week? Starts with an S, ends with a early.
Shirley.
Shirley will be on Mason's Meet Up with Mason, so please stay tuned for Meet Up with Mason as we are crossing over our shows, which means that Did You Know will not be airing this Sunday. So tune in to Meet Up with Mason with Shirley and Mason. They've got some fabulous things that they're going to talk about. You guys have a beautiful Tuesday, and for those who are going back to school, welcome back. And for those parents that are home, we wish you all the best with homeschooling and remote learning. And if you guys have any questions, you can always call the Louis Riel Institute. There are many people that can help you. Have a great day. Thank you, Shirley, for joining us. We
Guys,
love having
thank
you. And Mason, thank you for your paper pie. It was a fun time. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Keep on popmitten. Eat, 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 eat.